Hello YouTube, we are back. We're coming to the end of the Flash Comics 78. This is actually the centerfold. So I leaf casted every single sheet of the book, and this is the centerfold. It's in pretty rough shape. So what I want to do is I want to basically give it a nice bath, not a mean bath, and then we're going to leaf cast it. But with this centerfold, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leaf cast it with the suction table. We're not going to do anything without the suction table because I really have to do well on this wrap. And look, we really don't have a lot of space on the perimeter to leaf cast or to add the pulp. So it may be a situation where unfortunately we're going to get a little of the pulp on the graphics. So since this is the centerfold, when I do centerfolds, I like to do the leaf casting on the centerfold side. This is the side that you are going to see the most when you have the book open through its center or on its center. So let's get rolling with this. So what I want to do first, and I hope you enjoy these uploads. I know I do a lot of the same stuff, but I try to innovate and make it a little bit different so it's not the same thing over and over. And that's how I actually change my methods, because sometimes I'll do it one way, then I'll do it another way, and I'll make a better method to doing it. Sometimes I make a worse method. So there you go. We have our centerfold on top of my grate with a piece of, this is Hollytex. This is not Rimet. It's thinner and it's actually smoother. I don't have any more Rimet. I have to order it. People ask me all the time where I purchase my materials from. First, I purchase the Rimet and Hollytex from either the Museum Services Corporation, they're online, or Talus, which is in Brooklyn. I buy a lot of stuff from them through the mail. Their offices or their store is still closed to the public. I don't know why. I guess they're alleging it's because of COVID. They don't want to catch it, but I think we're way past that. But, you know, they're in Brooklyn, so they're continuing that MO with closing stores because of COVID. But I don't want to get into things like that, but I just did, but whatever. So I have to actually place an order online. They have to ship it. I can drive there. It will take me 40 minutes to get there from where I live, but I still have to pay for shipping. I know they have a method where you can online order things, and then it will be pick up in the front, and they'll give it to you with masks and gloves, I believe. But let me step back. This was as of maybe a few months ago. I don't want to say anything wrong in relation to them because they may have opened up the store. So that's just a disclaimer. The last time I looked and the last time I wanted to drive there to pick something up and walk around the store, I couldn't. But it may have changed, but I don't think so. Okay, so let's get going. And I don't want to offend anyone from Brooklyn, but just the store in general closed up where you can't go in there. So here we go. I'm from Queens. I'm not from Brooklyn originally, our family. So here we go. So what we have is my bucket. And what I'm going to do is I have a gallon of water here. We're going to put a little soap in, my Palmolive. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. That's enough right now. These pages have been doing very well without any deacidification, but I want to lighten it up a little. I'm going to put in some chloramine tea. Talus, this is the company where I get a lot of my supplies from, that is closed up. And again, check to see whether you can go in there. So what I want to do is I will put, just for our purposes, that looks about a half a tablespoon. I know a lot of people like to look how much I put in, measurements, beakers, all things like that. But listen, guys, a lot of times this is like cooking. You have to eye it sometimes. It's not an exact amount with weighing it on scales and weighing it, things like that, with ounces, grams. I eye it out, and a little bit more, a little bit less. Is it going to harm the page? It may. It depends on the type of book it is, but I've been so far okay with it. So like a half a tablespoon I put in. We'll put it into my tub there. And now what I'll do is I will take the wrap, and let's see, should I put another grate? Yeah, why not? I'll put another grate on top. I'm on the side of my layer here. I almost broke my big piece of glass. I would have been upset if that happened. So we'll put the grate on, we'll drop it in, and you may be asking, how long do I soak this wrap for? I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I do it for 2 hours, sometimes I do it overnight. And lately what I've been doing with the Wiz Flash Comics 78 is I've been soaking it overnight, so about 8-10 hours, and then I will look at it. You have to check, you have to see how it looks, and then I will drain it, and then I'll just soak it in water, maybe sometimes all day, just to get it flushed out. And then what I'll do is I'll bring it up to my actual bathtub or my kitchen sink. My wife doesn't like when I do the kitchen sink because she thinks the chemicals are bad to mix with food, which they are, so she's right. And what I'll do is I will rinse the heck out of it, and then we'll dry it between my 2 pieces of glass and Rimmel, and with blotting it out periodically with paper towels. So this is the pulp I have. This is the remainder of the pulp. I don't know if you can see it. It does separate. It's in here. This will be dedicated to finishing the centerfold. And then when I'm done with the centerfold, we're going to put the book back together. But that's it for this upload. Just a quick one. I know people want longer ones, but I'm sort of getting into the quicker ones now, and we'll change that in the future. So again, the key thing to take out of it is not an exact science, at least with me. It's not an exact science. It's not a mathematical equation. You have to see how things go. Papers react different. Some papers react different with different chemicals, the era of the book, the actual publication, Marvel versus DC. You have to learn through experimenting and through working on books. So there it is, guys. Just a quick upload. I'm getting ready and I'm getting excited to finish this book, and then we'll move on. So thank you and stay tuned. Okay, guys, I'm back in the same upload. I thought it was important after I stopped filming with, you know what? I want to be accurate as best as I can, and I have a nice following. Some people do watch my uploads, and I really appreciate it. So I wanted to look into Talus, and this is their website right here. Pretty fancy, doing the picture-in-picture. I just called them. Today is the end of March, so it's March, I believe the 25th is today when I'm filming this. This is the policy of Talus right here in relation to why their store is closed to the public. Here it is. Take a look at it quickly. You can see they're closed because of COVID-19. And I just called them and spoke to a representative, and I asked, could I come in and shop in the store? And she laughed. She said, oh, no, you can't. I go, why? She said, well, because of COVID, we were shut down, and we are continuing to be shut down until the owners want to open to the public. So, what I said was accurate. They are shut down, but they are one of the best, in my opinion, to get supplies. So, the only downside is that I have to pay for shipping, and it's very expensive for shipping. And I would rather just drive in there and get my stuff and go out. But I don't think I can without doing the online order and all that jazz. And you have to pay a fee for them to get it ready for me. So I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. Should they be open or should they remain closed due to safety reasons because of getting sick? I guess everyone knows the way I feel about the subject. Thank you and stay tuned.